for dinner, I made a salad with romaine, cucumber, tomato, and shaved Parmesan, my homemade Italian dressing, and Chickencacciatore. I make my Chickencacciatore in the slow cooker. I have 7 chicken thighs. You can use 6 to 8. I season them with salt and pepper. I added 1 sliced onion, 1 sliced orange bell pepper, and 1 sliced yellow bell pepper. You can also use a combination of red or green, whatever you prefer or have on hand. I added 3 cloves of minced garlic, about a tablespoon of fresh basil, 28 ounces of diced tomato, undrained, a 6-ounce can of tomato paste, half a cup of water, 1 to 2 teaspoons each of basil and oregano, about 1 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. You can definitely omit this if you don't want any spice to it. It really doesn't add a ton of spice because there are so many other ingredients. And then I seasoned it with salt and pepper. You'll want to cook it on high for 4 hours or on low for 8 hours. Here it is after it has cooked. The chicken is very tender. It's delicious. I am serving mine over brown rice penne pasta, but you can use spaghetti if you prefer. And then I have my salad and homemade Italian dressing. The recipe for the dressing is in the description box below. This next meal is smoky shrimp and polenta with fresh corn and sweet peppers. This is a Blue Apron meal, and this video is sponsored by Blue Apron. Blue Apron is great because everything you need to make a delicious meal comes right to your door, and they do a great job of keeping everything cold. You guys have heard me talk about Blue Apron before. I've tried tons of their meals and they are delicious. This is the recipe card here with great instructions for making fabulous meals, and then you can make it again if you like. These are all of the fresh ingredients for this meal, and it's great because everything comes in the portions that you need, so there is no waste. So I went ahead and washed and cut all of my vegetables and grated the cheese, and here I am making the polenta. I'm also cooking the corn, peppers, and scallions. Then I added the grated cheese and butter to the polenta. And here I added the shrimp, which was seasoned with a smoky spice blend. And here it is all finished. It looks delicious and I am ready to plate it. And here it is plated with the polenta. It was so good. We are huge polenta fans now because of Blue Apron meals. I also wanted to let you know that Blue Apron has a great offer for my viewers. The first 50 people to sign up will get $50 off your first 2 weeks of Blue Apron meals. The link is in the description box below. For dinner tonight, I made my pear, feta, and cranberry salads with grilled chicken and honey mustard dressing. First, I made the marinade, which I doubled in a separate dish for the dressing. So I have my chicken breast here, and then to a small bowl, I'm adding a 1/4 cup of olive oil, a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, 4 tablespoons of honey, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, and salt and pepper. Then I poured it over the chicken and refrigerated it for several hours. To assemble the salads, I have baby greens and baby spinach. I've already added dried cranberries. I'm adding sliced pears, the chicken which we grilled and sliced, and then drizzled on the dressing and sprinkled with feta cheese. I usually add walnuts to the salad, but I was all out of them. Tonight we are having another Blue Apron meal. This is steak and cheesy sweet potato mash with sauteed mushrooms and caramelized onions. These are all of the ingredients I need. I went ahead and washed and cut my fresh produce and grated the cheese. Here are the onions caramelizing. I'm also cooking the sweet potatoes, and then I am cooking the steaks, which smell amazing. Here is the plated meal. My guys love steak, so this was definitely a favorite. For dinner tonight, we are having Mexican lasagna and cilantro lime rice. I browned about 1.5 pounds of ground beef with a chopped onion. I drained that and added taco seasoning. I also added 1 can of tomatoes with green chilies and 1 can of drained black beans. Now I am assembling my Mexican lasagna. I have a 13 by 9 inch pan that I sprayed with olive oil. I'm adding a layer of meat sauce followed by a layer of corn tortillas, then shredded cheese. One of my sons doesn't like much cheese, so that's why I skipped a little part of it. I continued layering and ended with the sauce, and then I baked it in a 350-degree oven for 30 minutes or so, probably a little longer, until the cheese was melted and everything was heated through. I served the Mexican lasagna with brown rice that I added fresh cilantro, lots of lime juice, a drizzle of olive oil, and some sea salt. Tonight I made baked salmon with a honey mustard sauce, roasted garlic, Parmesan potatoes, and steamed broccoli. First I cubed my potatoes. I used about 4 large potatoes. It kind of depends on how many potatoes you want. I drizzled them with about a tablespoon of olive oil, added about 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, about a teaspoon or so of dried parsley, salt and pepper, and about 1/3 cup of freshly grated Parmesan cheese. I mixed that together well so that all of my potatoes were coated and added them to a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. This makes cleanup so much easier. I baked my potatoes in a 450-degree oven for about 45 minutes. Meanwhile, I steamed my broccoli and prepared my salmon. I just have 3 pieces of salmon because one of my sons was out with his friends, but the sauce is enough for 4 to 5 pieces or so. There's plenty of sauce. For the sauce, I have a couple tablespoons of olive oil, the juice of half a lemon, a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, 2 tablespoons of honey, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1 teaspoon of dried parsley. I whisked that together and drizzled it over my salmon, making sure to brush the sides as well. Then I added sliced lemons to my salmon and baked it skin side down at 450 degrees for about 15 minutes. My salmon was pretty thick, so you may need a little less time if your salmon is a bit thinner. So here are the roasted potatoes, and here is my dinner plated. Tonight for dinner, I made another Blue Apron meal. I made chicken lo mein with broccoli and marinated cucumbers. Here is everything I need to make it. I love how Blue Apron gives you the exact portions of everything that you need. I actually went out to dinner with a friend, but I made this for my guys and they said it was really good. I started by cooking my broccoli, then added my noodles. These noodles cook really quickly. And I prepared my sauce. I grilled the chicken and added sweet chili sauce and hoisin. This is everything plated with the marinated cucumbers. Don't forget to check out Blue Apron. As you can see, you can make some fabulous meals. You can receive $50 off your first 2 weeks of meals by using the link in my description box below. So definitely check that out if you haven't checked out Blue Apron yet. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day.